Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning. Meteorologist Travis Klineski on this Wednesday morning. Another day where the fire threat will be elevated, really, until we can get some good moisture and days aren't super windy or at least quite breezy. We're going to be seeing this almost day to day here. And so red flag warnings are in place. Even areas that aren't included because of maybe slightly higher relative humidity or slightly less wind, even then there's still somewhat of an elevated fire threat. But the highest chance is in the pink shaded areas where red flag warnings go into place here at, for most of these places, noon today, 1 p.m. in northeast Nebraska. And this will continue until 8 o'clock this evening. We did have a wildfire yesterday in the El Dorado area. We could see more wildfires possible, especially these next few days with these stronger winds. Now, we've had a cold front pass through. This morning it's now sitting in southeast Nebraska, so we've cooled off, but it's actually milder this morning than it has been the last couple of mornings. There still are some clouds around, but clouds are in the process of clearing on out, so we'll eventually get to mostly sunny skies for a while this morning. Later today, they'll look at clouds quickly fill back in during the mid to late afternoon. I'll back this up a little bit here towards about 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Here come all those clouds, and eventually a little bit of light rain or sprinkle activity starts to pop up as well. Now, because of the dry air at the surface, one thing that's going to happen is a lot of that moisture will not make it all the way to the surface. It will evaporate. You'll see virga up in the sky, which is evaporating rain. So the rain's up there, but it doesn't hit the ground. And even if it does come down, it's mostly going to be a very light rain or sprinkles. But when you get evaporating moisture like that, either rain or sometimes snow as well in the wintertime, those little pop-up showers, snow showers, when you get that kind of moisture, a lot of times what will happen is that evaporating moisture will actually cause wind to rush down to the surface, and then once it hits the surface, it kind of rushes outward. And so we could get some gusty winds around some of these showers or sprinkles where we get gusts up around 35 miles per hour. So look for some blustery winds at times this afternoon and early this evening, but then eventually the rain chance clears on out. Still a few clouds around, but then later tonight and into tomorrow morning, we'll see more clearing heading into tomorrow. A lot more sunshine on your day on Thursday, but we'll deal with some gusty northwest winds. We may see gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour tomorrow, and it'll be slightly cooler, but still mild on your Thursday. Hey, at least it'll be sunny out there. Tomorrow evening, a cold front, and then here comes a kind of a backdoor cold front, and then here comes a cool Canadian area of high pressure that will lighten up our winds. Skies will remain mostly clear, and this is going to lead to a chillier morning into Friday morning. But after that, it does look like a nice big warm-up is on the way heading into the weekend. So, highs today, upper 60s, low to mid 70s, maybe a few upper 70s down in northern Kansas. So a fairly warm morning out there, or warm afternoon, I should say. But the clouds will kind of level off those temperatures later today. Tonight, we'll dip back into the 40s. There will be some chillier 30s out in the western third or so of the state of Nebraska. And then highs tomorrow just a touch cooler, and those winds are going to be pretty gusty as well. Highs mid to upper 60s, low 70s across southern Nebraska and northern Kansas. Tomorrow night, this is our coldest night the rest of this week. We'll see lows in the upper 20s and low to mid 30s here. So a lot of us could be near and maybe even slightly below freezing. Friday, though, nice recovery in the afternoon, maybe still a few 60s in the east and northeast. Most of us back up into the 70s, maybe near 80 in southwest Nebraska, a few more 80s into the panhandle. Not quite as cold Friday night into Saturday morning. And then look, it's Saturday. It's going to be a little bit of a windy day, but look at this. 80s, widespread 80s, and in fact, maybe even low 90s in southwest Nebraska. A very warm day ahead of us on Saturday. A cold front does bring us down a little bit on Sunday, and more so into Monday of next week, as we'll show you on the 7-day forecast. So again, minimal moisture later on today, not amounting to a lot. Otherwise, lots of sun the next couple of days. Slightly cooler tomorrow, chillier Thursday night and Friday morning, but then warming up on Friday. Much warmer Saturday, windy as well. Cooling down a little bit on Sunday. There is going to be a slight chance of light rain late Sunday night behind our cold front. It actually cools down a little bit more Monday, and then after a chillier start Tuesday, it does warm up a little bit. In fact, we'll see milder temperatures return, 60s and 70s most of next week. We'll see if some active weather tries to return later in the week. North Platte, pretty comparable for the most part, maybe some sprinkles later today, a little chillier by Friday morning, but warming up on Friday afternoon. Saturday, upper 80s, and then starting to cool down a little bit on Sunday, light rain Sunday night. Then Monday, a little cooler, blustery out there. Tuesday starting to warm up, maybe a little warmer beyond that, where we're looking at highs again, 60s and 70s most of next week. And again, will we see any active weather later on next week? We'll see. Right now, the Climate Prediction Center keeping us pretty warm as we go from Wednesday, next Wednesday, all the way through Tuesday, April 22nd. There are some signs of maybe some more active weather around or just beyond Easter Sunday, which is the 20th of April. and moisture-wise right now, we'll be close. This would probably be bad news for those to our southeast that are dealing with flooding. It looks like a similar setup to what we were recently seeing, where there's a lot of severe weather could be back in those areas sometime around or shortly after Easter. We'll see. But let's take a look at things here for the next 10 days. The European forecast model, again, the minimal moisture later today. Otherwise, there's not much till maybe Sunday night with that cooler air coming in. Everything Saturday into Sunday morning stays to our north, but then a little bit of light rain with that front Sunday night and a Monday morning. After that, not much, maybe a little bit. I mentioned that more active weather down to our southeast as we get towards the end of next week. Kind of similar to what we've been seeing recently. GFS model, again, maybe later today, a few sprinkles of light rain, not amounting to much though. After that, we're looking towards Sunday night and a Monday morning. And here it comes right here. Very minimal moisture, it's not much. Beyond that, maybe a more active, but it looks like a lot of that stays to our southeast later next week. All right, with that, that's all I have for you for today. I want to thank you all for watching on this Wednesday morning. I'll be back with you on Thursday with all the latest. Until then, take care and God bless. Talk to you later. Bye.